Farmers across the country continue to benefit from the President's Bull Donation Initiative. And Security Systems registers its first win of 2023-2024 season by securing a 2-1 victory over VTM FC. And interpreting on sign language is Topo Taposa. President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi says in a bid to ensure the health sector is well coordinated, some services offered in government hospitals and clinics will be decentralized. This move will empower hospitals to make decisions without having first to consult with the ministry. The president said this during a tour of the Lesola Tebe Memorial Hospital in Maung, where he also got to meet and address the staff. Lovemo Mario reports.
Lesola Tebe Memorial Hospital was commissioned in 2008 and currently services more than 10,000 patients per month coming from Maung, Ngami and Okavango districts. The highlight of this hospital is the reopening of their dental wing as well as the kidney dialysis departments. However, the management state that there is a lot that is still lacking.
We would wish to bring to your attention that we still face some critical challenges such as shortage of staff or shortage of skilled human resource amongst us others.
Be that we are hoping that we will become a referral facility so that allows us to have a budget outside the DHMT. Having walked around the hospital, you will see that there's still outstanding maintenance work that needs to be done. However, the DHMT has 30 facilities, and the hospital is the biggest of those facilities. If we use all the funds here, it means that we don't support our other facilities. So we have to really try and prioritize our management.
The president, Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi, says the government has taken a decision to decentralize services in hospitals, especially in regards to procurement of some services.
We've decided you're going to decentralize. So we will empower you. So it's one of the biggest responsibilities to do. Nothing structure. They're going to decentralize. So they'll take some of that budget and in. Two is we have decided, like we're launching this morning, to provide digital services at no cost to you or even your clients. And thanks to this smart lady, right? And others like her. Even telemedicine would be possible, right? But also, Lilona, it enhances the quality of your workspaces. I want you to commit to research and development and be continuously curious. I'm really glad you're able to fix up some of the infrastructure stuff. We will support you even more.
The initiative to refurbish some hospitals around the country so they are in good state to service patients is well underway.
Malao mo dipateleng tsa rona mme re bona gore mo gongwe go no go ikirile hela yaka sepatala se ne se na khane se na ka teng mme re ratla ha ra solohetsa boeteledi pele jono bo le teng ga gore dipula tse ne di banela ne tsa bohelo tsa 2020 mme ra dira hela ya mo ngame ya ka bona go ntse ja ka go ntse yana.
The president assured the staff that government is going over and beyond to ensure their conditions of service improve, also encouraging them to adopt the mindset change agenda so as to help serve communities better. Lovemo Mario, BTV News, Maung.
Still in that area, Ms. Venjerira Kauhomono of Tsetseku Cattle Post in Ngaraga has expressed gratitude to President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi for his bull donation initiative. This after she received a Drought Master bull under the program. The president is in Ngamiland and Okavango districts to donate bulls among other engagements within the region. Lovemo Mario continues.
52-year-old Miss Venjerira Kauhomono of Tsetseku Cattle Post near Ngaraga ventured into livestock farming with only 8 cattle as a startup. Through passion and commitment, she was able to increase her herd to 28. Her efforts have also been noticed by the Ministry of Agriculture, who then chose her to be the beneficiary of the presidential bull donation, as she was given a 5-year-old Drought Master bull.
ha ba tlhotswe ke PS ba tlhotswa ke ba ileng gore ke bodiredi ba lephata la temothuo ba ba gauhi le bone ba barui ba bona maiteko a bone ba itse matlhoko a bone ba itse pelo tsa bone le bonatla jwa bone go moetso go ba rafang de merva go gantsi ba ya bile gore ke go inele ke a go inela o e be tshipi ya gago o e tsenye lenyana la gago go tswa gompieno e bitse ya gago ke po ya mabono ya maemo ya maina e tlholagang ko mahatshing mahatsona ke tsamayng ko gone ya malobane ke le ko Australia po ena e tlholaga ko Australia e bidiwa drought master.
Through income from her head, Ms. Kauho Monwa, who is also a mother of 7 boys, has built herself 2-roomed house. Without hiding her excitement, she said this drought master bull will help her and other farmers in this area to improve the quality of their livestock. This donation of bulls champions the pillars of Vision 2036, calling for prosperity for all citizens.
O champion kana ka kwano ka bakela gore ga re bua ka tebelo pelo a rona e reng re batla gore ka 2036 ro tlhebele gore ra atlegile re le Batswana go sna o posetseng ko morago e le gore re na le khumo e kwa godimo dimo re la hatsi mme re sa tlogela motho ko morago
re eme ka dinao re le puso tsholehelo a rona ke gore mo ngwageng tse 2 tse 3 tse ditang re be re bona go hetogile le na le leruo le le thabologileng mme se ba gaetsho se batla gore be re eme ka dinao re me vengerera le bana ba gago ga le hilo yana di tlhokomelo.
Tsetseku cattle post has over 400 cattle from 8 different crops. It is expected that this drought master will bring quality towards farming in this area. Lovemore Mario, BTV News, Tsetseku cattle post in Ngaraga.
The President, Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi, also visited Karem village in the Ngami constituency, where he donated a Brahman bull to Matli Musihe, a young farmer based in Botswana cattle post. The President assured smallhold farmers in the area that government is working around the clock to revive cattle farming in the northwest area. But Tammy Mando has more.
President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi is on a mission to resuscitate cattle farming in Ngamiland, which experienced the decline of cattle herd after a deadly disease named contagious bovine pleural pneumonia wiped off their cattle around 1996. He says his decision to donate more bulls in this region is a clear testament that he recognizes how cattle farming has great potential of improving people's lives and also a sector that can accelerate Botswana's aspirations of becoming a high-income economy by 2036.
Memo khaolonye yangami kire ke ya go ba dipodi le 40 masumamane ha gona kgaolo e wendi boya gae mo kgaolong ya Ngami ena 10 Maung West 10 Maung East 10 Ogovango 10 masumamane tsotlhe di tlhatlhobile bonthabong ke re iralo ne gona le tumelo ya go rila dikgomo re batla go dinyeletse ha gona boammaruri ne gona le pelaelo kana go ipeletse mo gore batho ba ka kwana re ba huraletse ha re ba rate le kgaolo eno ha gona boammaruri ne ke ra gore batho betso ke tla hano ka bommampudi ba me ba tebelo pele re tla go abela monana o ena gore e atise e tlhabolole boleng re gatetse pele yaano ke bua ele lenaneo la puso gore po re etse ya mo kaning gompieno re rotloetsa gore le reke dikane mo ba nsimene teng po ena go na le nalo la gore ba kgona go etapela ga ise gore ka kwano go tlatla.
This gesture is expected to improve the 31-year-old Matlis Kettle, a farmer who started cattle farming while at the age of 13 years. He is rest assured that the Presidential Bull Donation Initiative will not only benefit him, but the farming community at large.
Mo kgaolong yone ya kareng o bophirimayo ka gore ba rothera ya kola ka lenane lo le buang gore ka ya gama rothera e dirisa ke thulaganyo re ta tsena mo go yone ke a lebogata utona re ta e thokomela re ta e rata e ta thabolla le tsopa di kgomo tsa kgaolo ya rona
lesego ga le pehela lesego la dirwa sone se o se dirile sa go nna le pelotelele sa go nna le kgwetho le phisego ya go nna mo morakeng ya go nna le go rata leruo ya go nna gonega ke sone se se dirile lesego la gompieno
e thoka thokomelo re thokomele gore banana ba angwe ba kanang ka bona le ba ko morago ba tango tase mo thoteng le bagolo ba bonela gone gore Motswana le ene o ka rua kgomo ya maemo a go godimo ta utona na bua ka dithoto tse di go godimo dithoto tsa tse di go godimo tsone tsa bo go heta 100 pula per kg re rekisa go re rekisa go rekwa tsone tseo ya be le kgomo ya boleng.
The president's initiative of donating high-quality bulls to small-holding farmers is expected to improve the number of cattle heads and also their quality. Bethany Mandu, BTV News, Botswana Cattle Post in Kareng Village.
President Dr. Mokhwetsi Masisi says government will continue with its program of providing water points for wildlife in designated areas under an initiative spearheaded by the Department of Wildlife and National Parks. Dr. Masisi said this on a visit to Ngaraha Water Point, which is currently drying up and leaving animals stranded, especially hippopotamus. Lovemore Mario reports.
This is the situation found at Ngaraha Water Point. This year, the water levels are low, forcing hippos, which are regulars here, to converge in one area as they compete for survival. The Department of Wildlife and National Parks, together with the village leadership, came up with an initiative to keep these hippos alive by ferrying water to this water point.
Ke le diba le nang le metsi le nna le tshwara metsi ela ngwaga tsote le tshwara metsi ha metsi a khadini le tshwantse go nna 20 years ntse metsi a le mo go lone ya no matata a diragetse re la re shumola re bona metsi a shumola go kgala go tswa go mau mene ka le ka go bua le ba wildlife ra kopanya megopolo re bona gore re ka direya ha tota gone re thusitswe ke ba safe wildlife ke bona ba ba duela mabereki ke bona ba ba duela company o bona e dira jana hela se stona hela ga go thuswe diphologolo hela le tsone di kgomo tsa metsi hela tsote di nwa gone seo ke maleboela matona mo safe wildlife.
President Dr. Mokhwetsi Masisi says the government will support this initiative of providing water for this water hole, commending all involved in this exercise.
Goha nna ke la ntlha ke tla kono ke tla go omeletse jana ya no ka maiteko ya ka kgosi a bua ya ba safe wildlife le ba le phatala di phologolo le bojanala ba kgobokantse gore go ne le mabotana hana gore ba pompe mo dibentse lenteng metsi a nna go ba ba lwe ditshitse tsa modimotsi tse le gore di ngoka bajanala go mo go thusa merahe ka kwano e sengela mo Ngaraga le ba go kototeng go se hitwa kgomo tsa bone di nwa gone di tlou di nwa gone hana gore a gore bojanala bo santse bo ka tswelela le bana ba kgaolo eno le Batswana gongwe le gongwe ba ka tla go iteka gone ha ba kopa ditsha ba ira bojanala le ba dikwele ba tla go ithuta le ka tsone dikubo gore di tshela yang ga di heta 200 tse di ha.
In addition to catering for wildlife, the water hole is also used by residents for domestic and agricultural use. Lovemore Mario, BTV News, Ngaraga.
And farmers have been urged to embrace artificial insemination technology, which has been described as a quicker method to expand the quality of the livestock. Speaking after donating a beef master bull to Mr. Mokhomotsi Motapele at Senyana Farms near Shorobe Village, His Excellency, The president, Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi, said artificial insemination may have the long-term effect of improving the quality of meat originating from the Northwest District. Maranyani Samakata has the details.
Ngamiland is said to be one of the major suppliers of beef cattle to the Botswana Meat Commission. Therefore, embracing artificial insemination will go a long way in growing the sector in this area. The president made these sentiments when donating a meat master bull to Mr. Motlapili and family.
Peo ya po e beo mo kaning peo ya rai ke letsa gore o ire gore o era matabama we go ithuta go hwetsa ka satla o tle go e gama kana o ise go gangwa o beeme re toa teng mo kaning e re ha sengwe se ka iragala re sa eletsa gore se iragale o bontse o na le yone.
This region is susceptible to tick infestation, which government is working tirelessly to eradicate.
Go haya B mobile a ke ra itse ga te go rogile kwano le gona go bango ga re thasetse re ile tipi e ntšha e borrai mo kgoheng me gape ka bo madimabe e borrai mo bathong ga ba sa e tshwara sentle a itipana mo kwateng yana bo tlhole ba dipiena bonna mo kgomong 3 months.
Farmers are urged to resuscitate farming, which is reported to be dwindling.
Contribution in agriculture to the economy is only 2% from 30%. Ya no tautona o re kgweletsa gone go be tshogore re boele gone go 30%. Segolo bogolo 30% no bontsi ja one 80% of it in ele livestock subsidy le kgomo le ruo.
Gone mo kgaolong ya rona e thata re bua ka thuo ka gompieno re mo lenaneo la thuo re na le dikgwetho tautona tse re tselang gore go botlhokwa thata gore re di bue re ntse ra di bua kgwetho ya ntlha ke yone ya bogodu jwa leruo le ha re dira jana go nna le maduo ka ha thoko gape maduo a teng ke moka a boelang ko morago bogodu jwa leruo mo kgaolo ya rona bo go dimela thata.
Mr. Motlapili says the bull gives him access to top quality genetics he would otherwise have never afforded.
Como ya beef master a ntse ke lora ke bona di price tsa yone ke le Motswana ke thaela ya tura batsadi ba ntse ba tsamaela go gantsi la di bona ke le rena go ngwe la gantsi re botsa re mongwe ke a supa khomeng wa re ha mpula molomo ke around bo 80,000 nga go utela bothoko ma bua kana manyane e se kana e re di go gwela.
Mr. Motlapili, aged 47, with a head of 130 cross Simmental and Brahman, has promised to donate to other farmers in the future as a way of appreciating the gesture by the president and living up to his vision of improving genetics in this country. Maranyani Samakata, Sanyana Farms, near Shorobe.
And the Assistant Minister for State President, Mr. Dumizweni Mtimkulu, has emphasized the importance of physical fitness as an essential aspect of productivity. He said this during the launch of a Wellness Day set aside by members of Ndwedi Kosi and the National AIDS and Health Promotion Agency, NAPA, which is aimed at the prevention of non-communicable diseases through physical activities. Yenge Malimoyo has the report.
Health research findings have revealed a rise in non-communicable diseases, especially cancer in Botswana and other developing countries, as many people are still complacent when it comes to physical fitness, eating healthy, regular health checks, and excessive alcohol consumption. Therefore, this launch comes at an opportune time and is expected to address this issue.
Today's activity is a true testament of working towards prioritizing health and wellness, as well as highlighting the role of the Kosi in raising awareness about non-communicable diseases, NCDs, prevention and control.
botsogo jwa motho ka kakaretso re dira gore re le dikgosi mo merafeng ya rona ke bona re ka rotloetsang batho ba rona go tshela sentle
ke bona re ka rotloetsang batho ba rona go ja sentle go tshela matshelo a botshelo jo bo itekanetseng.
The event also comprised of experts in the health sector who cautioned the public about the dangers of non-communicable diseases and how best to prevent them.
Mo Botswana se sa re simola go dira tsone dipalo tsa kankere re lemoga from nako up until at least 2019 re registered dipalo tsa kankere di ka nna over 24,000. Rona re le batho re kgona go dira sengwe ka tsone, or we can modify them. Lo tse di tshwanang bo go sa ja sentle, go ja nama e ntsi, go ja mafura a mantsi,
di motlhogonyana ja maungo, ja merogo, ja mo o lekanetseng. Kgang e tshwana le ya go iphethisa dilo, go nwa phetelela. Rona ke a itse gore ka gore bagolo ga re sa tlhole re dira jalo. A re kgane le bana ba rona gore ba tswe mo kganyetseng. Motsoko o ne se ka ra go lebela.
Dikgosi are regarded as key role players and guardians of wellness of the public. Therefore, this walk is expected to attract more members of the public to embrace the call for healthy living through exercise. Yenge Malimoyo, BTV News, Gaborone.
African First Ladies, who are ambassadors of the MEC Foundation More Than a Mother program, met on Thursday today in the second and last day of the MEC Foundation Luminary in Mumbai, India, to share insights on how projects launched in their respective countries have and continue to impact lives. Among other things, the First Lady, Ms. Noma Sisi, thanked the MEC Foundation for conducting media training aimed at equipping them with the necessary skills to better handle issues related to social stigma and infertility. Ms. Masisi said while the media plays an important role in disseminating information, the society at large should also join the fight against infertility stigma in the country. Coming back home, the Minister of Education and Skills Development, Dr. Douglas Letsola-Thebe, says investigations have revealed that 7 syllabuses have been leaked and that the Botswana Examinations Council is preparing alternative papers for the examinations to be written. Horata Maranyane compiled this report.
Dr. Letsola-Thebe said investigations have revealed that 7 syllabuses have been leaked and that the Botswana Examination Council is working tirelessly to prepare alternative examination papers to replace the leaked components. A total of 19 papers have been affected. The new examination papers will be ready in 2 weeks' time.
Science double award. Mathematics, science double award, syllabus code 0569, mathematics syllabus code 0563, commerce, syllabus code 0598, in social studies 0585. Syllabus code, Bohonale Setswana 0562, Bohonale Geography 0584, Yabohelowena English 0561. Make a relay of the syllabus name the syllabus.
The 2-week suspension continues as Botswana Examination Council prepares alternative examination papers for the candidates.
Just to format them for printing. So I didn't say that I would to print it. So the emails now, the printers, ready, the similar tiny, we're still to make the printer and whatever print the
So far, the chief invigilator, 5 tutors and 10 candidates have been arrested in relation to the leaked examination papers, and they will appear in court soon. Horata Moranyani, BTV News, Gaborone.
Well, if you just tuned in Botswana and across the globe on various digital platforms, this is Botswana Television. This is 9 p.m. news. Let's continue. The 6th Strategic Human Resource Conference hosted by the Progressive Institute in Kasane brought together a diverse group of HR professionals, industry experts and thought leaders to discuss issues around addressing and improving workplace welfare. According to statistics from Botswana Public Officers Medical Aid Scheme, a growing number of employees are frequently on sick leave due to adverse working conditions. Kitso Temane reports.
This 3-day conference featuring over 100 HR professionals will delve into existing workplace welfare issues within the nation. These discussions aim to provide solutions and strategies for improving the overall well-being of the country's workforce.
Gore ha engine a koloi e sa tsoga koloi ha ka tja tsamaya sentle kana ke engine a koloi kana ke engine ya aeroplane kana ke engine a eng hela ha e sa tsoga koloi ha ka tja tsamaya sentle ka jalo go ra gore jaaka ke ne ke ntse ke supa gore bontsi ja ba bereki ba governmente go sephala gore ga ba itekanela ba bangwe ibile ha re bona gore ba ka nna ba wa hela ba theogetse yaanong a re le ka gone go supa gore mmereki yo o sa tsoga mo mmeleng ga ka tja nna mmereki yo e leng gore o tantsha maduo
For HR thought leaders, practitioners to convene and share experiences and dynamics, workplace culture, people leaders, people management with a view to infuse talent management, improved workplace culture, and propelling people-first culture for companies and organizations to improve productivity and the bottom line. Helped create a generation in the workplace that embraces change, encourages disruption, innovation in the workplace, thereby modernizing the workplace.
Promoting a culture of workplace well-being within the organization was highlighted, with HR professionals urged to advocate for healthier working environment.
Ba Progressive Institute ba biditse phuthego kana conference e ba e dirang ngwaga le ngwaga ba bitsa batho botlhe ba ba dirang mo human resources mo lehatsheng lotlhe la Botswana bo ba bitsa gape le di leader kana ba eteledi pele ba tle go buisana ka gore go dirwa jang gore re tokahatse bodiredi jaaka re le badiredi ba ba dirang mabapi le dilo tsa batho ha ke re tsa batho ke ra gore ka sekgwa gwa human resources jaanong ke go khothatsa santlha batho ba ileng gore ba bereka ile batho bone bao ba human resources le go khothatsa ba eteledi pele go tshwanna go gore yaanong batho ba lebelele le rona re lebelele dikakanyo le maikutlo a rona gore ra tsenge mo tseleng e tsamalanang le go ntsha maduo ka bohehu ka bonnokopila le ka bontle.
Additionally, the conference also encouraged the exploration of innovative strategy to tackle other workplace challenges, with the goal of establishing a more equitable and supportive work environment across the country. Kitso Temane, Botswana Television, Kasane.
And apologies for the story that I read earlier saying 7 syllabuses were leaked. Rather, it is 7 subjects that were leaked in the examinations saga. But moving on, the Public Service Management has taken a proactive stance in promoting the adoption of e-services and fostering a mindset change in the workplace. These initiatives are seen as pivotal in improving the welfare and productivity of public servants in the country. Kitso Temani reports.
E-services have gained a considerable momentum as the world embraces the digital age. In the public sector, this transition promises efficient service delivery, reduced bureaucracy, and enhances accessibility for citizens. The DPSM is spearheading the integration of the e-services across various government departments.
A dire email payslip ya gago e simolola go ya go emailing eo. Se sengwe sa bobedi ke leave re tsenye hela mo teng ga maranyane dilo tse di tla re bolokela madi a mantsi
The chief negotiator of Manual Workers Union, Mr. Robert Rabasimane, pointed out that certain departments are impeding the advancement of agreements because they lack commitment and dedication to their tasks.
Re buleletsi moeteledipele wa tsa phiro gore re ngongorwa ke maphata. Maphata jaaka ha ntse jana ga tlotle di directive. Maphata le ha director ka kwala abalaela banna tlhapo di bonya go implementa se moeteledipele wa bona a se bua.
Service delivery ha e tsamaye hela e tsamaya ka welfare. A re make sure gore welfare le yone e tsamaya le tse re di batlang.
Re mo B5 ya ONM ha ro applyela B2 ba go bolelela gore ha o qualify ka ro o mo ONM ka ro mo scale is quotas.
Public servants in the country are finding their work more streamlined, and the general public is benefiting from quicker and more accessible government services. Kitso Temane, Botswana Television, Kazungula.
The Minister of Justice, Mr. Machana Shamukuni, says government through the Ministry of Justice is working on amending the Human Trafficking Act to align it with international standards and best practices. Wabetum Pulubusi reports.
Human trafficking continues to be rampant across the globe, and Botswana finds herself facing this challenge where human rights are being abused as these victims end up being used for sexual acts as well as slavery in other countries. Most of these victims fall prey to online human traffickers who present fake opportunities online. Hence, the Ministry of Justice found it fit to counter the situation before it gets out of control.
You may already know that in June 2021, the government of Botswana was ranked at Tier 2 by the Trafficking in Persons report published by the United States of America, the highest ranking being Tier 1. Tier 2 denotes that our country has not met the minimum standards in fighting human trafficking, though we are making significant efforts.
As human trafficking involves different countries and counters on human rights, collaboration between United Nations organizations and the government is crucial in ending this trend.
Each representative will speak in depth about their role and experience dealing with trafficking persons, bringing unique expertise to the table and enabling a more holistic approach.
Women and children remain the most vulnerable in this case. However, UNICEF, in partnership with the government, are making strides in protecting children.
You may be aware globally, approximately 1 in every 3 victims of trafficking is a child under the age of 18. The results from this work have been encouraging. We have established very fluent working relations between the government of Botswana and Zimbabwe to address the issues of children at the border.
The Countering Traffic in Persons in Botswana project is expected to take 2 years and will help in educating citizens in the remote areas about human trafficking. Wabetsui Mpulubusi, BTV News, Gaborone.
48-year-old Ernest Lekwale, first accused person in the murder of Tato Meswete, dismissed evidence given by his ex-wife Dimpho Meswele that he sent hitmen to kill her in order for him to benefit from her estate. Lekwale is charged alongside 52-year-old Hamadi Mkuha for the murder of Tato Meswele in Odi village in the year 2015. Wabetsun Pulubusi continues.
Ernest Lekwale, a man accused of hiring hitmen to kill his wife Dimpho Meswele, but mistakenly killed his sister-in-law instead, gave evidence 8 years to the alleged murder incident. Taking the stand this week, Lekwale dismissed his ex-wife's allegations that the motive behind the organized murder was for him to benefit from the estate following her death, stating his benefit were triple Dimpho's benefits as he earned 40,000 pula and other incentives he was entitled to, including monthly petrol of over 5,000 pula. Lekwale says he had nothing to gain by killing someone who had lesser benefits than him, stating even the terms of their divorce stipulated that he should give Dimpho a total sum of 2,000 pula allowance from the 5,000 pula that Dimpho had requested. Countering his ex-wife's evidence, Lekwale says he lost his job in 2013 and Dimpho then asked him to co-sign for a loan towards the completion of their house in Muchudi, which he says Dimpho then diverted to build a house for her family in Odi without without his consent. Legwale said if he had a motive for murder, it was then that he could have committed the crime. Legwale will give evidence in chief until Friday this week. Wa Betsui Mpulubu Sim, BTV News, Gaborone.
The gambling industry is said to have potential to create jobs and help grow the economy. The International Association of Gambling Regulators, IAGRA, found it essential to educate the public on responsible gambling at the ongoing International Association of Gambling Regulations conference. Speaking at the conference, the Chief Executive Officer of Gambling Authority, Mr. Peter Gesitule, said public education on gambling will help remove the stigma that the public has around it. Terima Kweng reports.
The stigma around the gambling industry is said to be one of the hindering factors in the growth of that industry, and as such, public education is essential on responsible gambling. With a population of more than 2 million people in the country, 8 casinos in the gambling industry have already employed 303 people, thus indicating the potential of the industry to create more jobs for Botswana.
So this is coming from the 8 licensed casino. That is the only form of gambling currently licensed in Botswana. We are not saying that betting or online betting is not allowed in Botswana, but what we are saying is that it's not yet licensed. We are at a stage where we are licensing that. These casinos, these 8 casinos currently employ around 303 employees. For us, with a population of 2.2 million, this is quite a lot in terms of our employment.
Other socio-economic impacts of the gambling industry were outlined.
What is important is that we would want to ensure that the frameworks that we put in place that align such that they are evidence-based. We have this far done 3 researches or studies which have also assisted in one way or the other in the development of our responsible gambling framework, as well as the ones that are talking to the value chains or the opportunities that is existing in this industry. What we are basically doing is we are balancing the licensing program with a responsible gambling in the country.
The Gambling Authority is doing all that is needed to ensure that the industry grows. Terima Kweng, BTV News, Gaborone.
Well, it's now time for sports, and Jose Ronqua is here. Jose.
Good evening, Mr. Benson. How are you?
No, I'm good.
Yes.
We take each day as it comes.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Let me thank you, Benson, and greetings to you all. As he has already mentioned, I'm Jose Ronqua, bringing to you Botswana Tonight Sports News. And with that, let's just get straight into it. Local professional super bantamweight boxer Tefole Tshwane is set to face Zimbabwean Bongani Makorova in a 9-title 10-rounds international super bantamweight bout organized by Bond Boxing Promotion. The Boxing Fight Night Championship is billed for tomorrow at Fairground Holdings in Gaborone. Katla Khakule has more.
Tshwane says he is well conditioned and prepared to out his counterpart in a match expected to spark fireworks. The Tlareselele led goes into the clash with a record of 8 wins, 3 losses from 11 fights.
He's shorter than me, but I was thinking he sounds like a bully, but tomorrow night I won't know who the best is. From the first round, get controller from the first round. I cannot until
Bongani Makorova, on the other hand, said viewing some of Tshwane's previous fights helped him to prepare for the encounter. To date, in the 6 bouts he has fought, Makorova recorded 3 wins and 3 losses.
In terms of what I know about my opponent, he is someone who punches wild punches like an amateur, like someone who is a novice, you see. And I think I can outclass him anytime, and anytime I can knock him out. He's a small guy for me. For the first round, I will be assessing his power and his style. but I don't think it is going to last up to 6 rounds.
In the undercard bouts planned for the night, Tsapang Homoto will trade blows with Brian Halilengwe in the national featherweight bout. Kennedy Sibekedi will face Kobamelo Molatlheri in the national flyweight contest. Lindsay Zunila will square up against South African Rodolfo Rocks in an international middleweight category. Katlaho Kakwele, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
The Professional Boxing Association of Botswana President Seroba Binda applauded local pro boxing promoters for their contribution in developing the sport not just locally but at continental level. Binda highlighted this at a weigh-in session for the second edition of Boxing Fight Night Championships held in Gaborone today. He added that the promoters must continue working hard to take the sport to greater heights, as it is a support structure not to just boxers only but to the various stakeholders involved in the sport. Moreover, he commended promoters for being able to organize more than one professional tournament in a year, which he said will greatly improve the boxers' lifestyles.
I would like to give special praise to our promoters and thank all our media houses for taking our sports to the people. And I also call on board those who are lagging behind to say, kindly come back to us, focus on us. We are the best when it comes to giving sportsmanship to the community. I would like to give special praise and special appreciation, like I said, to our sponsors who have made this event to be more graceful and for us to be able to stage it. And we are saying without you sponsors, we are nothing. And we still call upon more people to come on board so that they can see, or the community or the country can see more of our events coming to the people. As we head towards the final stretch of our preparations, we are focusing on building excitement in the community and encouraging people to embrace the spirit of boxing, which is the game, be the legend.
Security Systems registered their first win of the 2023-2024 season by securing a 2-1 victory over VTM FC in their BPL Week 2 encounter yesterday at VTM Arena. Let's hear more from Katlaho Kakule.
Systems did not take long to show their intentions of winning, taking the lead just 2 minutes into the first half, courtesy of Flo Ketolitsile. However, the goal did not demoralize Bafana Badijabane as they leveled the matters 11 minutes before half-time break through Bakani Badaiza. After the break, the Alarm Boys continued where they left off, and their efforts paid off as they managed to score their second goal on the 67th minute through Ghanaian Emmanuel Aye.
A very difficult game to play, looking at the fact that it's our second game, Moliki. We came here knowing very well it's going to be a very, very difficult task, but we believed in ourselves. We had moments where we believed that we could have wrapped the game early, because first 20 minutes were all over our opposition. But immediately after scoring, getting the lead, we dropped the tempo, then invited them to come back to us. But during recess, we spoke about it and tried to motivate them to come back more into the game. Hence, we ended up getting the 3 points.
A very bad day at office. Schoolboy errors at the back, the nerves, I don't know. We are still trying to find our feet here, but we are learning in the very, very hard way. Playing against an experienced and a seasoned campaigner like Security Systems, they will obviously they will punish us for such errors at the back. They have the likes of Flo, who are seasoned campaigners. A very bad day at office, to be honest.
In other Week 2 results, BDF 11 edged out Swa Flamingos 1-0. Newcomers Matebele FC defeated Police 11 2-1. In Jwaneng, the reigning Botswana Premier League champions Galaxy continued with their winning ways, crushing Nuko United 2-0. Township Rollers thrashed 11 Angels 3-1. Katlaho Kakwele, BTV Sport, Mamhiko.
Still in the Botswana Premier League, Gaborone United beat Morupule Wanderers by 3-1 in the midweek games slated for yesterday. The Reds goals came through by Mulaudi Tlalefang, Tataone Khamanyane and Mpho Khaswane, while Ernest Ngwaga scored Morupule's only goal in the dying minutes of the game at the National Stadium. Let's take a look at the highlights of the game.
mo pakeng tse pedi tse di sa tswang go ka feta ba kgona jalo bana ha re bone Hachi ba tsa kgwele bonolo a ba kgona go ka bona thuso ya sa bone go ka eletela sebaka se selele Danger Tlhalefang
open up spaces and spot runs
bona Hachi Messi Khamanyane wash tse dintseng jana ga kitla di tlogela a thatana Khamanyane mpho Khaswane Slicer tsotsi Slicer
from defending a corner on the other end to scoring a goal for Stopper Sagaburu United. This is some of the moments that you always look at, especially in transition.
So it's a boroto a gagwe contraction sa gago the fourth official gore tla nna mene metsotso ya tlebeng a tsenya tlaleletso gore khotsa gongwe ara a ba tsa kgwele entle Ernest Ngwaga santse ke re ke tlhalosa fela gore a ba ka bona ya phimola keledi
ke itumeletse phenyo ke itumeletse tshameko ke itumeletse go bore re lekile go dira sene re tshwanetse go se dira e leng go fenya motshameko but mme hela boammaaruri ke gone gore ne se motshameko motho go tota go bua boammaaruri re Morupule always gives us a problem mme hela gongwe tsatsi jeno ka binne re nuse digolo tse di hitang tse re di nuse re tsaya yone phenyo ya tsatsi jeno go ko weekendeng e le yone e leng gore re ka berekela mo go yone re ka agela ga godimo ga yone boammaaruri ke gone gore metshameko e santse le menyenyane go na le dio tse dintsi tse e leng gore ga di santsana di sa kopane mo e leng gore ke kganya go boleka go bona gore mme di-combination di nna tsone ntse re gola le metshameko ya ka ntsetla.
Look, it was more of us against ourselves. If you look at the first half, I think it was a balanced affair. We had really our chances. We could have scored in the first 7 minutes, but look, we put ourselves in that situation when our team was not really balanced. You could see there were a couple of players who were not really comfortable on the ball, and I was wondering why. Because the whole week they were doing quite perfect at training, and well, I think they just lacked the heart to play in the game. But it happens in a game. Some players they have bad days, and But you can see, look at our goalkeeper. He put us in the game. He kept us in the game, and I think to be quite fair, we just collapsed in the second half. You could see that one or two of our players were not really in the game, and all it was really ourselves. We got ourselves to blame for the defeat.
Former Botswana Premier League Giants Extension Gunners and UB Hawks kick off for Week 2 fixtures of the Southern First Division League tomorrow at the National Stadium. Mapanzola goes into the encounter with their spirits high after collecting maximum points in their opening game last weekend, where they defeated Yuri Black Forest 1-0. UB Hawks, on the other hand, will like to pick up the pieces and make amends from their poor start, dropping 2 points against another former Botswana Premier League outfit, Notwane. Kickoff time is 7 p.m. in the evening. And that is all that we had for you from Botswana Tonight Sports Desk. Until we meet tomorrow, have a blessed night, and let's continue on rallying behind the hashtag #changing hashtag BW Mindset Change. It is very, very vital. With that, let me bring it back to Benson to give you the headlines of tonight. Benson.
Thank you, Joseko, for such a great delivery as usual.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much, Benson. Let's meet tomorrow.
We'll meet again tomorrow.
Oh, yes.
Well, that is that. But let's take a look again at stories making headlines. Government to decentralize some services offered by hospitals and clinics. Farmers across the country continue to benefit from the President's Bull donation initiative. And in sports, Security Systems registers its first win of 2023-2024 by securing a 2-1 victory over VTM FC. Well, that marks the end of our 9 p.m. bulletin. Weather is next.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's weather forecast brought to you by Samuel Ramotondo.
Tomorrow we're expecting partly cloudy conditions over southern, central and northeast, but over the bulk of the country we're expecting only few pairs of clouds to be visible. Fresh to strong winds are also expected tomorrow over some areas at Kalahad. In the morning, mild temperatures are expected over southern, southeast Gauteng, southern, central and northeast, with the minimums ranging from 13 to 15 degrees Celsius. But over the bulk of the country, we're expecting warm temperatures with the minimums ranging from 16 to 18 degrees Celsius, except over Ngamile and Chobe, we're expecting hot temperatures in the morning with the minimums of 20 degrees Celsius over most areas. In the afternoon, warm temperatures are expected over southern, southeast Gauteng, southern, central and northeast, with the maximums ranging from 31 to 32 degrees Celsius. But over the bulk of the country, we're expecting hot temperatures in the afternoon with the maximums ranging from 33 to 35 degrees Celsius. And as for the fire report, this red spot shows wildfires which are currently burning in some areas of the country. Even tomorrow, the fire danger index shows dangerous to extremely dangerous conditions over most areas of the country. Therefore, the public is advised to handle fire with caution and to avoid starting unnecessary wildfires. And as for this coming weekend, partly cloudy conditions are expected over southern and southeast Gauteng on Saturday, but on Sunday we're expecting only a few pieces of clouds to be visible with hot afternoon temperatures. And over Gauteng and Kalahad, still we're expecting clouds to be visible this weekend with very hot afternoon temperatures on Saturday, but on Sunday we're expecting hot temperatures. Over Chobe and Ngamiland, clouds are expected to be visible over most areas with possibility of isolated thunder showers on Sunday with very hot temperatures over most areas. And over central and northeast, still expecting clouds to be visible with possibility of isolated thunder showers on Sunday and very hot afternoon temperatures. That's the weather forecast. Have yourself a good night.
Right now, ke mo Letsola Thebe Hospital mo Mau. Ha ke leng teng ha gona le network ya Wi-Fi. E leng gore ke dumela gore rotlhe Batswana re itse re teng. Ke ntse ke le gone mo Letsola Thebe ke tswa mo dithusong tsa me ke bo ke nna hantle.